Hello there, you gorgeous people, and welcome to Manifestation Monday. Hello, hello. Let me see if I've got everything. Yes, I've got everything right. How are you? It has been a day. Let me just say that. It's been a day. Now, I live in an area where all of this should not be happening here. We're going to fix the bangs. I have been out of power and separately internet 2 times for a long extended period of time, with 2 times within 5 days. You're working on things. And I just want to say, hello, Mercury retrograde. I got you. Sorry, got that proverbial little hair in my face. So I've got to just say, thanks, Mercury. Thanks, Mercury, because I'm going to tell you what happened. Even though that was a major pain, it made me slow down and think, I could get some writing done. It's still light out. I could get a few things done on my iPad. I could make another plan. You see what Mercury retrograde can do if you don't get flippy out. Because I was about to, and hello, my darlings, hello. I was about to light up the power company but you know what good does that do? Then I'm lit up. And welcome to the Street of Dreams here. Welcome to each and every one of you. I use this background because I know you like it and I like it too. So welcome to Manifestation Monday. It is Monday, July 21st. Can you believe it? Of 2025. And we're here to get busy. We're here to get busy with it. And yes, we have our rice jars. And this little guy keeps coming to the surface. This money in this, I keep it upside down. So when I put it in the moonlight, it is upside down. So just for you all to know. Now, if for some reason my power or internet go out, hang tight, because I'm all set up on my phone and I'll skippity-doo-dah right on over there. We're not going to have a little thing like Mercury retrograde and power internet mess with us. We ain't going to do it. Just a minute. There's something on my mic. Okay. I hope each and every one of you are doing really well. I woke up this morning knowing that there were some things going on in the legal realm, watching a few things. And there is a little song. It's an old song. Pardon me, I got to take a drink. Thank you. It's an old song called Lovely Day. And every time something happened today, things were late, text didn't go through, wasn't able to email, Mercury retrograde. That time when I don't drink, but I'm sitting here thinking, right? No, I'm not going to. But it's one of those things. So what I've been going around doing today is singing that song. I can't sing it right now because my voice is really, but it's the one that goes, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. That's exactly what I've been doing. And no, that sounded horrible. Hello. But lovely day, lovely day. If I could sing my own background, I get going on that. And you'll find if you do the same thing, you start putting a smile on your own face and you start thinking, wow, if somebody came to the door, would I be looking silly? And then you're smiling at that. And I mean, hello. right? So that's your lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. And then you can change it up a little bit. Like what a day, what a day. You can just get in there. But I had a lot of fun and I smiled today because Adam Lally was on the witness stand. Not going to talk about that one, but that was just like that subscription that you had to pay for a little bit, but then there's a big payoff when it comes in. Better than Christmas, Halloween, your birthday, and everything else put together. So that was good. I got to tell you this, Mark Betterow, I got to laughing today because I heard Mark Betterow on a couple of channels who, he's very colorful when he talks about things. I invite you to go over to Attorney Melanie Little's channel. But when he's very colorful, and he'll start going on about Lolly, and he'll say, and the only thing he's worried about is what's for lunch. And I don't know why that just tickles me so much. It's that professional sarcasm. Now, the reason that we're here today, we're going to be talking about manifesting, laws of attraction, how you can now start functioning during this Mercury retrograde. And this is me. I've got a little something I want to show you with Mercury. Maybe it's here. I hope it is. I hope I didn't get rid of it. No, I got rid of it. I got rid of it. But here, this was today. A catastrophe. That really just does. It was a catastrophe with all the internet and the power and everything. And last night when we lost power, I was laying there thinking, I wanted to watch Gilded Age. And I thought, you know what? I have some better things to do. Gilded Age will be on there tomorrow. I have some better things to do. And that's why I want all of you to take a moment and lean into, and I mean lean into Mercury retrograde like Aperture leaned into Karen Reed's SUV. Only don't get hurt. And don't be blue. I want you to lean into Mercury because we have a lot to learn. Learning from a Mercury retrograde is definitely that gift that keeps giving, because while something seems like it's going awry, you have a choice. And that's what is so important, my darlings. You have a choice when it comes to our friend, Mercury. Mercury. When you have a choice, you can either get lit up or you can chill and say, what is the opportunity for me that I can sit here and say, what could I be doing? What is my time better used to doing? And this is why I'm saying that many, many, many times Mercury retrograde can be our friend. And then that time period when things start thinking like, because quite frankly, I just didn't even know if I was going to be able to come on tonight with the weather, stormy, rainy, all this other stuff. And then we've got internet issues, power issues. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to miss it. That's what this is all about. And there we go. So I just want you That's the message for today, because today this started on the 18th. So last Thursday, Friday, and we had this big shadow period preparing us for the hangover of Mercury retrograde. And we've got this until August 11th, and we started out in the sign of Leo. So the sign of Leo is all about strength, an infinite amount of strength. And that's why we have to do it. You know what, Louise? We do have a lot of storms here lately. Never used to be like that. Pardon me. Never used to be like that. It never really was like that. I don't know. But where I'm located, there's change of seasons, but we don't really get a spring. We get winter that is cold. We don't get any snow. We get ice sometimes, and then we go into this, oh, Christmas is over, New Year's is over. It's February. Let's start raining. And it will rain for a long period of time. And then it's like, oh, it's summer, it's hot. So you're steaming like a bunch of lobsters from all the rain and the moisture in the air. I'm going to tell you, the humidity today feels like 106 degrees. I about flipped. So then I can sit here and say, you know what? Now I can sit here and say, I'm so thankful I'm in. Now this is giving me a chance to take care of some of the things that I'm taking care of. Patty, I love the universe knows my name t-shirt. Yes, and do not forget that. The universe knows your name. Anytime you feel like you've been left out, looked over, left behind, just remember the universe knows your name. And I also want you to know the universe expects us to handle things ourselves. So the universe doesn't have to be going like this, patting us on the head, giving us a nice little pat on the butt, and giving us encouragement and saying, oh, there you go now. If you need that, get ChatGPT. It'll talk to you like you're, whatever, and you'll get over that. But my darlings, use this Mercury retrograde. Now, I got some manifestation story, one big one. And hello to each and every one of you coming in. Please do us a favor. Like, subscribe. Don't miss out on any more card readings. And on the other channel, the Seeing Crime channel that I'm on, I want you to remember to keep up your memberships on that, because members only paranormal. Because if I try to do the paranormal on that channel and have it open for anybody, the trolls are worse than the ghosts. So that's the only way to just calm it down. That's the only way. Just calm it down. So there we go. Now, here's the thing. Mercury retrograde and manifestation. My little niece that comes in here, she knows I'm going to tell her story. She won't mind. Little niece that comes in here, her name is Candy, and she is just as sweet as her name. And she had some issues that are personal with her house. Her mother passed away 2-3 years ago. There were some things with this house, and she decided just to leave. And so she was really worried. Didn't know, how are we going to get a house? I pay cash for everything, so I don't really have a credit score. and my job is good, but you know what? I really don't know. What are we going to do? Well, she texts me and says, "You will not believe this story. Somebody close to her that knew what was going on, pardon me, hello, so sorry, that knew what was going on." Wow, that's like hello, different. That knew what was going on, gave her number to somebody that she knew. And all of a sudden, Candy gets a text out of the cosmic unknown that says, "Hi, I have a house." Now, normally I would be a little weary of that. And she's like, how would you know how would you know my name? Whatever. Somebody must have. So they got all that, you know, thing worked out. And he said, "Yes, I'm looking for someone just like you." She went to see it. It is a stunning little dollhouse, beautiful, clean for rental, beautiful backyard, perfect for puppies, perfect for the family. She moves in ASAP, and she would have never known. This was definitely a manifestation. This was definitely her connecting. And that's the point that I want to tell you. And especially through Mercury retrograde, because everybody thinks, "Oh no, the life, it's against us." No, it just makes us slow down. It makes us parse through our communication a little more carefully. But that's what happened with her. And you see, these types of things will, not can, will happen constantly if you allow it, if you don't second guess it, if you don't take the time and say, "Well, I need a new house." Oh, there's my Candy. "Hi, I'm talking about you, my darling, and how this house manifests." I hope you don't mind. Hello, my dear. This is Candy who manifested the new house. I didn't tell details. I want you to know that. Just that you were looking for a new place and that it just came out of the blue. And that's how manifestation can work. Because I'm going to tell you this, and y'all can get mad at me and say, "No, Zelda, go put a piece of tape over it." The only thing that is stopping you from manifesting is you. Is you. You have a choice. And Mercury retrograde helps us with this choice, but you have a choice. You can make that choice and say, "Okay, I'm going to manifest this and this and this," or "I'm going to sit over here and wonder why things aren't happening for me." Well, I want you to remember there's an old saying from Henry Ford. No matter if you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Because if you get into a mindset, okay, if you think you get into a mindset that, "Golly Neds, my life is crap. I try this and it's just not happening, and it's not going to happen," because you've claimed it. You claim it. "See, I told you nothing was going to happen for me. I tried it." I have people who call me weekly and say, "Zelda, can you manifest this for me? I'll pay you $10,000. No, I can't manifest anything for you. You have to do it on your own." Well, I've tried. How do you try? Well, I wrote out this journal and I had to laugh at myself while I was writing it. And I just thought, oh my gosh, this is so silly, but I'm going to do it anyway. Well, congratulations. You just screwed yourself. Pardon me for being that bombastic, but that is very true. If you have that attitude that it ain't going to happen anyway, and you're just going to force yourself to do it because you just think that you're just going to have to do it that way. Because remember, the universe is used to you thinking the way that you do. And if you tell the universe, okay, universe, I've changed my mind. I'm going to be a good girl or boy. I'm not going to not believe in what's going on. Then the universe is going to say, okay, we're going to time it now. We're going to time it. We're going to see how long. We're going to see how long that happens. Because inevitably within 24, 48 hours, because here's the part you're missing. You feel like life is happening to you and not for you. I'm going to say that again. When you get into that mindset that life is happening to you and not for you, oh, look out. Look out. Because I can just tell you, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Just don't do it. Just don't waste your time. Because it's not going to happen. There was a time when I was really down and out, and I'm going to tell you, you can go back and look at all these and know my story. And I'm not going to get into it because it's long gone and who cares. But there was a day that I tried so hard, tried pushing, trying to manipulate, tried to just. And finally, I just said, okay, fine. Fine, God, I'm done. Because obviously I'm not making good choices. Take my life and do something with it. And I'm here. And boom, the moment that I did that, doors started opening. Things. I'm going to tell you this. And I'm not bragging. And I'm telling you this because I know that it can happen. There is, my darlings, the mindset that when you get into this isn't a religion. It isn't something that you have to force yourself to do. It is a lifestyle. You live the lifestyle. You get to that point where you can say, it's okay if I feel that this is coming to an end. Because situations do have to come to an end before you get a new beginning. You know where we get hung up? I'll tell you one direction that we get hung up. You're in a relationship with a partner. You feel that, oh, wow, this is great. Everything is going good. But all of a sudden, your partner seems to back up and you're not happy and you tried to deal with it. Then all of a sudden, you find out some extracurricular activity is going on with your partner. So instead of saying, okay, I'm done. I'm better than that. I deserve more. I've raised my standards and I'm gone. We stay. And then we wait for somebody else to come along. So we have a good excuse. So we won't be alone. And we've got a good excuse to cut and run. And I'm going to tell you, if you want to have a life that's filled with cutting and running, that's what you need to do. You need to sit back and heal. And you need to go through what's going on in your life. All right, what's going on in my life? Do I not have enough money coming in? What do I need to do about that? Because here's the thing, the people get upset with the law of attraction. They think, oh gosh, I can believe this. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to wish it into fruition. Well, yeah, sometimes that does work. But you got to put the grind behind it, because you have to get so focused on what it is that you want that all things just kind of seem like it falls away. Remember, overanalyze is to paralyze. Because when you start sitting there and you start convincing yourself, maybe somebody else, and have you ever had that before? Because I'm going to tell you, I know many people that are like this, or you have to convince somebody else that they are worth something when they don't really want to believe it. And you know what? If they can't love their self, how is somebody else going to love them? I mean, you do. But if they're crying because they want in a relationship, and if you're crying because you don't feel like things are going on, then okay, wipe the tears. And I've always said this, even in the Karen Reed case. People got upset because she was not having these cry and stop. This is no time to be female. Pick yourself up, wipe yourself off, and start all over again. That is the wonderful thing. And my darling, I'm sorry to tell you this, but that's never going to happen. And I'm sorry, but we are here to help. And you have to, there's nobody else. Nobody's coming. You have to make this your lifestyle. Now, what I was going to say is this. There's not a day. You can ask Mrs. Marie, you can ask people that are around me, my son, everybody. There is not a day that somebody doesn't call me, write to me, get in touch with me, and say, hey, I've got this opportunity. I got this opportunity. I've got, and you know what? I'll say, okay, I'll think about it. And so I'll write it down and I think about it. And if something that I want to go forward with, then I do. And if it's something that I feel is going to be too time consuming, then I thank them. But the point of the matter is, become a magnet. You are a magnet for money. You are a magnet for love. You are a magnet for a wonderful home to live. You are a magnet, your rice jar. But here's the rub. Here's the rub. You got to depend on yourself. Now, prayer is one thing. You can always pray for people. People can pray for you. But I'm going to tell you this. In the manifestation realm, you don't have an excuse, because you either do it or you don't. Now, here's what happens. Well, it's not coming when I need it. It's not coming when I think I should have it. But you know what? This whole time you've made it to this point where you are right now today. I have a good friend. 15 years ago, he told me, he said, something better break this week. I'm not going to make it. I swear to God, I am not going to make it this week. I just talked to him yesterday and I reminded him, you made it, didn't you? You made it. And it's because sometimes we have to get down to the rubber meets the road, where we realize that we are the best things that have ever happened to us. I know you might think this is silly, but I'm the best thing that's ever happened to me. Oh, what is that? Well, because first of all, the universe knows my name. And secondly, I am an example how things work and do work. Always, constantly, a magnet for money. When I have a specific thing that I want to take care of, guess what? It always comes. But the key is always to manifest more than what you need. Because here's the thing. I got people that basically says, you know what? I need $150 this week because I need to pay this bill. I need to go get groceries. Well, a miracle comes, they get $150. They call me at the end of the week and they'll say, oh gosh, I need gas money. I need this. Well, I thought you got, well, yeah, but it wasn't enough. So, my darlings, you have to get into that mindset where you have more than enough. Now, here's a good little comment from Terry. Hi, Terry. Bless you. Getting there took a long time. I want you to know that sometimes it does take you a while to get in this mindset. But I'm also going to tell you this, my darlings. Manifesting is instant. And I know, wait a minute, hello, don't come after me. Because I know you're going to say, instant. I've been looking for a house for years. I've been looking for a man for years. I've been looking for this job and this woman and this what. When you shop on Amazon, and you click, you can shop all day long. I think it's wonderful. You go on there, you can dream, put everything in your wish list. And by the way, I do have a wish list. But you put everything in there, and then you might put a few things in your cart, but something happens and you leave. You might come back the next day. You might come back in a few days and, oh, yeah, I've got that stuff in my cart. I'd better do it. Manifesting doesn't start in the dream stage. Gotcha? Got me? Because you got to believe that you can have it. And if you're asking, oh my gosh, I want $15 million, do you believe you can have it? Well, no, because here's the second thing you're going to say. I don't play the lottery. What does that have to do with anything? The lottery is not a manifestation. You can win the lottery, but it is not the universe. Because see, what happens is our mind gets to the point where we try to figure things out. Well, I don't have a rich family. I don't play the lottery. Where's this going to come from? Well, I got to tell you something. The moment that you click the little button in the cart and you're shopping in that catalog of the universe, the manifestation starts when you check out. It doesn't start when you still have it in your cart. And if you tell me, oh, I don't manifest at all, Zelda, I got a little meme for that. Got a little meme. If you want to tell me you never manifest, because here you go. I need a little toilet paper because that's bull. Yes, you do manifest. Yes, you do. Because here's what happens. You sit and you try to reason your way through it. Well, if I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. And well, maybe that was just a fluke. You know how I got to say this? If you are manifesting, my darlings, if you're manifesting, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. If you approach something that you really want, and all of a sudden you say, well, you know what? I really want that, but I know it's an impossibility. I know, I know I'm not going to get it. Your wish is my command, says the universe. So the reason I say that a manifestation is instant, you've got to check your cart out. You got to check out. So the universe knows, oh, okay. Because the moment that you do, that's it. That is your instant manifestation. The fact that you've not realized it yet is one thing. But the reality is the universe knows your name, knows your wish list, knows everything. And here's the thing, let's not be petty little brats. Sorry. If there's something that you want and it's bigger than normal, or you're asking for a tall order, you're not just going to go and open the door and have it go zappity doo right there. Now, maybe you might. I've had that happen once in my life. I had it happen today, in fact. But what you got to do is you've got to come off of that, well, I asked for it. I doubt I'm going to get it. No, let me here. Hold on. Let me make a phone call. Hello? Yeah, I asked for this today and it hasn't shown up yet. Oh, I know. It's all bull. Right. I know. Well, maybe I'll try again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm depressed now. I'm going to go to bed. Bye. What do you think you're going to get with that? What do you think? And don't think there's not times that don't think that there are not times that I feel like I want to just go, oh, let me just lay down in the parking lot. So you know what? You check out of the catalog of the universe. It is instant. Why? Because that's when the universe goes to action. It goes into action. What are they? Well, you know what? It's not all about you. It's not all about you. It means that if you're asking for someone to come in your life, well, the universe has got to work things around for them. If you want a particular dollar amount to come into your life, well, just be patient because the universe is working that out. I would be a little scared if I had a big satchel full of money. I mean, I would like it, but I would be a little scared if I had a big satchel full of money show up on my front door. First thing I'd be doing is looking around. I'd be checking in there to see if there's anything. The universe doesn't work like that. It is instant. Because the moment that you place your order, that's when it begins. The problem is you take it back. I don't either. Yes. When you take it back, the biggest thing is, I'm going to use this analogy. How many times have we heard somebody say, give it to God? Give it to God. And you go home and you say, you know what, God, that's right. I'm giving it to you because I just can't deal with it anymore. I just can't deal. I cannot. God, you take it. I'm giving it to you. 20 minutes later, oh, hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, and this happened and that happened. Oh, gosh, I just don't know what I'm going to do. And this, what did you just do? You canceled your order with the universe. The other thing that we make a mistake in doing, pardon me, Trinky time. The other thing that we do, my darlings, is that we have these big aspirations and dreams and all this other. Remember, you have to believe that that is something that you can have, or that is something that you can manifest. Remember, because you and because I'm going to tell you this once again. Story, here's story time. Having a client, I want this, I want this. Yes, this is the man that I want. Oh my gosh, this is the man that I want. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Why do you keep saying that, Zelda? Because you found out this guy that you broke it off with started dating another person. All of a sudden, you feel like you're going to be floating on the hills, singing songs from the sound of music because you're so in love. If you're so in love, go get them. No, I want them to chase me. That whole scenario is bull. You may as well just throw it out the window. You got to straighten up and fly right. And that means you got to do what's best for you. And if you're requesting something that is not going to be good for you in the long run, it will take longer for you to manifest. Why? Because what it does is it causes us to sit back and think, this is taking a little longer than what I thought. Could this possibly be something that's not right for me? Maybe I want something else. I can't tell you how many times, especially when I was young, I would fall for these young whippersnapper, good looking guys that were all about town and all this other, and they'd give me a look. And I would think that it was forever because I watched Turner Classic Movies too much. And I always thought that you dated, fell in love, and got married within a 2-hour period and sang songs in between. And unfortunately, I had to wake up to that. But when something is not good for you, no matter how hard it hurts, you won't get it. If you're wanting the best will of God in the universe, you won't get it. Why? Because you asked for it. What did you ask for? You asked for what's best for me. And then when you don't get what you think you want, you're mad. Well, God, why didn't you give that to me? You think you know. You think you know. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Don't test God. Yes. Yes, he does. But I can also assure you that if you sit back and allow it to happen, you're going to get much better. You're going to get much better. I got to tell you this. I was dating this scoundrel a few years ago. He was a real scoundrel. We called him Shrek. Kind of looked like him from the waist up. We seriously, they called him Shrek. He wasn't green either, maybe with envy. But some of these women before me, now I'm not going to say I'm Raquel Welch, but hello, I can hold my own sometimes. And some of the women that this guy picked up, talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel. Finally, I got brave enough and I said, listen, I just got to be in the know. It seems as though your past relationships were not that good looking. Why? And this is what this guy told me. Well, in the past, if I had a good looking woman, she would only stay with me for a short period of time. And if I went with an ugly one, then she would be grateful to have me and not cheat on me. Maybe if you straightened up and fly right, you wouldn't have to worry about people cheating on you. But he was a serial cheater. Oh, 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 oh. So Shrek went off to wherever and is married now, whatever. I saved myself. But when you start thinking in that mindset, you're going to attract. And here's the thing, he didn't want me. He didn't want me. And the reason being is because I was too good looking and I was smart and I had money that I wouldn't share. So he couldn't manipulate. So that just definitely wasn't for me, and I knew it. And he knew it too. But his deal was he just wanted to get a little bit of do-re-mi. Well, he didn't get it. Goodbye. But the thing, my darling, is this. Recognize what you're not supposed to have. That's a part of it. Give it a chance. When you are manifesting, if it doesn't come in a day, doesn't mean it doesn't work. It means that the universe is working behind the scenes to arrange things for you. Okay, if it takes a year or two. Okay, if it takes a month or two. Okay, if it takes a day or two. I've been manifesting things that for quite some time. And you know what? I sit and I smile because I know the longer that it takes, the better I get. And the better I get, some of those things that I thought that I wanted, I don't really need. And that's what happens. That's what happens. Sometimes, and you never know. The house will come. Maybe the guy will come. Money definitely comes. All other things definitely come. And all is well. You have to give life a chance. You didn't get in the pickle you're in overnight. And you ain't gonna get out of the pickle barrel overnight either. It took me a while to recover from the mess that I got myself into because I trusted people that I shouldn't have trusted. And that included even some family members. I want you to know this. When you are manifesting, and you're manifesting to the point where it is so important, it becomes your lifestyle. It becomes your what you're working for. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't happen. What happens to you? Pardon me. Do you give up? Or do you say, maybe there's another direction that I need to go? Don't give up. Don't give up. Because the other thing I'm going to tell you too, do not tell what you are doing. Do not broadcast it. Hello. Well, before I tell everybody else in my phone tree of 180 people, 180 okay, 180 people, I just want you to know that I'm manifesting this, and I want you to know, and that, blah, blah, blah. And what are they going to say? Oh, you're kidding me. Are you one of those? Oh, you're kidding me. Why don't you just go to work? Why don't you just go to work for a factory and work so hard for 30 years so that way they give you a gold watch and they kick you in the butt when it's time to retire and say, there you go. Somebody's taking your place now for twice the money that you were making. Hello. No, I never want that. I've always been independent, self-employed. In fact, I'll tell you this. My family was good, middle class family when I was growing up. Grew up on a farm. We didn't have a lot, but we grew up on a farm. And I always knew there was something out there better. I always knew there had to be more than getting up at 4:30 in the morning and milking cows before I went to school, and not getting asked out on dates because I smelled like a cow no matter how much I showered and sprayed myself with raining violets from Avon. So one day I was able to get out and I never looked back. Never looked back. I created my own way. Was it tough? Oh, yeah. But would I have changed it? No. Then I got to the point where they called me the deal maker, and many times, because I bought a business from a man who wanted to sell it. He leased it to me, no money down. It was a store and all this other stuff that went to in a strip shopping center in the middle of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And I bought it from him. He leased me the business. I even borrowed the money out of the cash register and borrowed money from him to place my first grocery order. And he stayed with me that first week. And baby, I made bank. I went in there, I rearranged, I took care of things, I did all kinds of things. And boy, I started making money, and I paid him his little thing every month, and that was it. I worked it like I never worked before. I was a psychic. I did the mortgage business. I had this. The one thing you never have to worry about is Zell is a worker. But here's what happened. My family could never understand it because I did not have a formal education. Not until later years. I didn't go to university until I was 50, a formal university in Florida. But I had gotten all types of different certifications and a doctorate in metaphysical sciences, but it's not from a university, but it took me forever to get, and not 17 years. If you know, you know. But I would go and sit at Christmas and listen to my family in another room, thinking that I wasn't going to hear, saying, how do you think she gets all her money? I don't know. Anytime we've ever called, she comes right there. She doesn't even have to call a boss or anything. I was saying that I needed a lawnmower because my husband needed an operation on his wrist and he was going to be out of work and he couldn't push a lawnmower. And the next thing you know, she goes down to Lowe's and gets a riding lawnmower. I don't know. What, is she doing something illegal? Is she doing something she shouldn't be? I bet you she is. I bet you she is. And they spun this to the point where, you know what? I wonder who she's ripped off to get all this. And when she lands in jail, who is going to take her son? And that was the moment that I walked in the room. And that was the moment that I basically said, enough is enough. No more. No one is taking my son, and I will never tell anybody anything again. And I got my little wrap, which happened to be a full-length mink coat. I walked out of the door, and I got in my Benz, and I said goodbye. And it was a very long time before I even allowed that mindset to even come around me. A lot of places only give you free credit per semester. Honey, I was talking about the guy that worked for Aperture that said he was taking 17 years to get his master's degree and he lied on his. So I did not mean that in any. That's why I said, if you know, you know. Okay. That's who I was talking about. But this is not that channel. This is not that channel. It was Burgess, is what I was talking about. Do I have anything to do with? Oh, okay. I was thinking, oh my God, I don't want to hurt her feelings. Okay, we're square. See, now, do you see how chats can get? Thank you for this, because that is an excellent example of how when you don't have the emotion and you don't have the smiles and you don't have the wanks and all that other behind it. Now, Burgess, if you know, you know. That's right. Thank you so much. No shade on anybody else. It took me forever. Hello, I was 50 when I finally went back to school. And I'm ready to go again to finish a master's and then finally get a true doctorate, which I am very close to getting. And all I need to do is submit my 10,000 word dissertation essay. Then I'm there. Okay. Now, I don't speak to the majority of my family anymore. And that's my choice. And you know what? That's okay. Because I remember the drama that was brought to I love them from afar and I always wish them well. I never wish anybody any harm. But hello, sometimes you just got to say, I need a break. I need a break from thems, right? So, my darlings, use this Mercury retrograde. Use it. It's there for you. Use it. Stop crying. Dry the tears. I'm going to tell you, you're going to be so much better if you can look at yourself in the mirror tonight, as soon as it's over, and say, what am I doing? I can do this. I'll get through this. I do not have to depend on anyone else to make me happy. And believe me, my darlings, here's the irony, because the laws of attraction have ironies. Got it? Ironies. As in, let me see how I can put this one. The fact that you say it's okay and you relax about it is when you get it. You don't give up. You don't say, oh gosh, I know I wasn't going to get it anyway. No. You say, okay, well, I'm ready when you are. I'm going to do what I can do for myself. But when all of you can remember, when all of us can remember and say, your happiness is your responsibility, not anybody else's. Stop it. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I am responsible for being happy, so I'm just going to do something that makes me happy now. You know what makes me happy? I'm in my mindset now. I'm going to tell you what makes me happy. I work on my little YouTube channels. I write. I love Chinese. Every now and then I treat myself to a Dairy Queen cotton candy blizzard, which I know I should not, but it's a treat. and you relax and you start realizing you only have one life to live. So you need to start living in this one life. You only have one life to live, so start living in this one life. I don't care what anybody says about, oh, my past life, whatever, pooey. This is your life now. You're not living in the past life. You're not living in a future life. You're living in this life now. It's up to you to make yourself happy. And believe me, the moment that you do, the moment that you look at yourself and say, wow, my gosh, I make myself so happy. I go to movies by myself. I go out to dinner by myself. And you know why? It makes me happy. And the moment you do things that make you happy, guess what? People, places, things, and circumstances will start coming into your life that also make you happy. Why? Because you are vibrating and on a frequency that you attract. And in order to make you happy, these things are going to come to you because they're going to be attracted to you. Yes. Yes, it's going to happen. Hello. If I want to go out and buy a lipstick, I'm going to go out and buy a lipstick. If I want to wear red lipstick, I wear red lipstick. Hello. I was in a mindset for a long time because some scuzzy guy told me, oh, I hate scuzzy red lipstick. It looks like trash on you. So then I didn't wear it, hoping to please him. And you know what? He wasn't pleased no matter what. So I wore my scuzzy red lipstick. So I know I sound a little hard on you today, but sometimes we need a little creative whack on the side of the head. Because it's only till I got a little older that I started figuring things out. And it's okay, because now I know what I need to do for I'm in the last segment of my life. So now I know what I need to do to make me happy. And I know when I make myself happy, everything else comes that makes me happy too. Right? Just like the other day, I get a certificate in the mail for a free Dairy Queen cotton candy blizzard. Hello, thank you, universe. You know what makes me happy. Haven't used it yet. It's been storming like nothing here. But remember, it's all about you. Even though it's not about you, it is all about you in the beginning. You make yourself happy and everything else falls into place, comes together, the pieces of those puzzles. Whew. I know we said a lot today, didn't we? Said a lot today. Now, I'll take a couple of your questions. If you have questions about law of attraction, and we appreciate, I just want to let you know this. Let me get this banner up here. And don't forget, if you want a video reading with me, you can step on over to trueoracle.com, get a video reading. What is a video reading? Well, it's just like what we do. And you see when we have our Sunday get together and I'm reading cards for you on camera. That way you can keep it forever and ever. Amen. But here you go. That is right there, my darling. And then there's a QR code in the corner there. Not required, but very much appreciated. And I'll tell you why. For some reason, channels they're losing their ad revenue. I heard attorney Melanie Little today say something sort of kind of about she has lost ad revenue on her last 3 streams. I've lost ad revenue On mine, and I'm going to say this, if I get demonetized, I'm going to have to do like Turtle Boy. If I'm going to be on the grifter train, because this is a lot of work. And I know everybody understands. So, but yeah, Melanie, that's serious. That's some serious revenue that lady has. She's wonderful too. So anyway, my darlings, if you have any questions about laws of attraction, manifestation, please. Hippie Chick, hello, my darling. Others have too. YouTube is not in the prowl for some reason. Yeah, they're out on the prowl. I know what you're saying. Out on the prowl. Well, they're cracking down. They're even cracking down on content. Yeah. Well, it's because I'll tell you why. I understand. It's because you have these channels that copy what other people are doing, and they're just like these automated, and they put out all this junk, and whatever, they get monetized and they're making bank on it. And it's like, be a little creative. Be a little creative. When I first started, with the AI, I use AI. I use it. And I'll tell you why. I've taken classes in it. I'm going to tell you I'm very good at it. And the reason that I say this is because you have to, and sometimes in your life, people get scared of these things. I would be scared if I didn't know about it. Now, looking at things, I can recognize AI. I can tell you if something is AI, just the way it moves, just the way it isn't moved. Some people have, it can be a dangerous thing. But my darlings, I remember when the internet came out and everybody freaked out over that. ATM cards. Remember in the year 2000, Y2K? I remember when the first smartphones came out, and I always say my BlackBerry, good grief, that was my favorite phone in the whole world, was my BlackBerry. Oh yes, hello. I thought I was Queen Poop of Turd Island with a BlackBerry. Then I had one of those big dinosaur car phones that was about the size of this, that costs $3.40 per minute. So you call somebody and you go, I'm on my way. Okay. Okay. Bye. That's how you talked on the car phone. I'm on my way. Don't say anything. I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Okay. Bye. You got everything set out in about a half a minute. Hello. So there we go. I saw a question. Hi, Louise. Thank you for being here, my darling. So if you really want something, you have to make an effort, or is it predestined? Only certain things are predestined. You can't go through it. This is an excellent question. I'm glad you asked this, because it's not about predestination on manifestation, because it's free will. So it's a follow through on your part. We can just go through life and not do anything. But how exciting is that? My epitaph on my stone one day, I saw this on one of my son's cartoons. Here lies a good cow. That's all you can say. She lived. Thank you very much. It is not predestined. Our lives are not that predestined. If we were that predestined, we would be walking around like a bunch of AI robotic zombies going, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Who wants that? Who wants that? Great question, Louise. Thank you so much. We need an effort. We need an effort. We need an effort. Yes, thank you so much. All right, who else has a question? I remember when the ordinary sales receipt had your whole credit card number on back, and oh yeah, remember that? Woof. And sometimes, listen, there are times I look at back when I grew up and I thought, some of the things that the neighborhood kids and we would be gone for ages and come home, dirty as could be thrown in the tub and eat. Do all of you remember the commercial? Now, I think this is a USA thing. It would come on the television and it would say, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?" Do you remember that? That used to scare me. Do you know why? I was young. I'll tell you why it scared me, because then I would think, oh my God, there's some kids out until 10 o'clock at night. What are they doing? You're very, very much welcome, my darling. I gotta tell you, even listening to these courts and listening to the people talk, I don't, every now and then, I say something a little bit off color. But I that's just not listen, and everybody talk the way they want to talk. No shade, but it just ain't me. And even though sometimes these people talk the way they do in court, like all this stuff in the Karen Reed trial, and some of these people would get on the stand and they would just say the F this and that. I'd be sitting there going, oh, I remember at home, I said, hell. And I was not talking about it in the biblical sense. I just said something about hell. Oh, I got in such trouble. And now we have evolved. And sometimes there's just not a word that is bad enough to explain certain circumstances and situations, because you know what? We're so used now to all of these things. It reminds me of the story of Copernicus. Maybe one of these days I'll tell you about Copernicus. That's a story. Copernicus in the days of Renaissance and before. Right. Kristen, the kids in my neighborhood would be playing hide and seek, ding dong ditch, and riding our bikes until we got called home. We had a farm, so everybody would come to our farm because we made trails, and good Lord, and it was all about ghosts. We would be ghost hunting in the woods. And there wasn't anything there, but it was always somebody's about behind something, and whatever, and carrying on and having a good time. And it would get dark. We would be in these woods. It would get dark. We would fall, come home. Look, if you broke an arm or two and you fell off your bike off into a ravine, you got up and called home, and your mom would put Mercurochrome and a Band-Aid on it and send you back outside. That's how I grew up. It's like we never, I think I went to the emergency room one time when I was growing up. And it was just, it was hilarious. Really, when you think about it, you go out, we didn't have helmets and all this crap. When you rode your bicycle, you got out and you rode your bicycle like it was no tomorrow. I would go down to the barn, and I'll never forget my grandmother, because she was the prim and proper one. And Grandpa was like Ben Cartwright, Lorne Green from Bonanza, right? He was a man's man. He would hunt and fish and all this other, and that's kind of how I learned. Well, we would go down to the barn, and we would have to get some of these cows up to milk. And if they wouldn't come, we knew which ones would, and the other ones would follow. So I would jump on the back of one of these cows and lead them all into the barn. And my grandmother would just be, ah, and I just could never figure it out. I had I barrel raced an Appaloosa whose name was Senator Shadow. Of course, I was a little skinnier back in those days. But I would get on that house, or not house, and horse. I would get on this horse. My mom and grandma and grandpa would be sitting in the stands, and I would be barrel racing to the point where this horse was tipped over like this, and I'd have to take my leg up and my foot out of the saddle so my leg wouldn't get caught on the ground because that horse would lay out. Now, how I did that, I don't even know. Because if I saw my kid doing that now, I would flip. And I would hear my grandmother and my mom in the stands. And I just thought it was funny. I did not realize how dangerous this was. But good grief, we had a heck of a lot of fun, right? Hello, Maddie, drinking out of the garden hose. Well, we did, and we go down to the creek, lap up like dogs. Even though up the creek a little bit, there'd be a cow pooping around there. Hello. You just go on. You drink, hello, you go and you have a good time. Sometimes I think now that our kids are a little too fluffy. I mean, we did not even dare go in the house and say, Mom, I'm bored. We wouldn't even have that word out of our mouths. And we would be cleaning until the next week. But I was very fortunate. I grew up on a farm that we could afford to buy things, but my mother made all of our bread, all the muffins, all of our Christmas candy, all of our cakes, pies. We had elderberries, blackberries growing wild. We would go out and pick them. I know I sound like Little House on the Prairie, but we had milk cows. We had corn. My mom had a garden that would rival anybody. And we ate good. And this was during the 1970s where they had a meat crisis back then. And it was very hard to afford, especially beef, that sort of thing. But it was a heck of a lot of fun. A heck of a lot of fun. There's a young man that comes in this. I don't know if he's listening now. If you are, hello. But I grew up with him. I have a picture of he and I and two of his cousin and a friend of mine together when we were 5 years old in kindergarten. We were in the same grade. We were in the same class. He was my boyfriend. I was his girlfriend. Wah, wah. And I always thought I was going to marry this man. And then we moved. My parents got divorced and we moved away. I'm going to tell you this. Parents got divorced and we moved away. He went on with his life. He got married, had two beautiful sons. I went on with my life and married the lieutenant commander, and I traveled all over. And through the years, we've always kept in contact with each other. Now, my darlings, I got to tell you something. This was 45 years ago. Even longer. Even longer. And longer than that, I'm going to say. And we kept in contact over the years. And I thought I was just going to be a big girl and say, you know what? I'm going to manifest him. I'm going to manifest him. Mrs. Marie knows what this is all about. I'm going to manifest him. And one day, and it wasn't, and believe me, I have certain techniques that I use. And it wasn't any time at all. I looked on, and I never am on Instagram. And he's on Instagram writing me a DM and said, hey, I'm thinking of you. I can't get you out of my mind. How are you? Now, look, it's in and out and in and out. And he'll say something to me and it upset me, and I'll say something to him and upset him. But look, you never give up. You can manifest something from 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Someone, something, somehow, somewhere, somehow. And it's funny how that's, because there are times I look at his picture and I still see him from 100 years ago. And I know he does with me too. Hello. So, I was this big back then. So there you go. JC. Oh, probably. Oh, yeah. Probably. Yep. So anyway, my darlings, we've had a very good session. Jen, I'm so sorry. But I got to tell you something. Your life isn't over. I lost a love of my life too. And then I realized I'm still here. It's not that you're wanting to replace anyone. It's that you were taught that you can love like that and know it, because a lot of people don't know really how to love like that. But anyway, my darlings, look, we've been on here. I want to thank you so much. This has been a good session, and I'm surprised that I still have internet, surprised all of this sort of thing. Oh, wait, JC, hello. I'm manifesting something right now. It's Chinese food. I'm there. I love Chinese. I had it delivered to me on speed dial. I got to tell you this. Have you ever seen that movie with Sandra Bullock? And it's 2 weeks' notice, where she gets on the phone and she'll say, okay, hello, yes, I'll have a number 1, and a number 14. I'll have a number. So, you're going through all that. That's me. And then she'll say, oh, yeah, and an egg roll. Oh, okay. No, it's just me. That's how I feel. I love Chinese food. The problem with Chinese that I've gotten from this place that I really love, they put a lot of MSG in it. The good thing is lips swell so great. They look great. You don't have to need Botox in the morning. But the problem is it makes me so sleepy. I can't function when I eat it. So it's one of those things. And then you tell them, please don't put Chinese food in, or MSG. And they'll say, oh, no, we don't. And then, hello, you're passed out. So there we are, my darlings. Mary, I know your arm is going to heal correctly. I'm believing that with you. So you know what? I love how we can just get on here and chat and talk, because sometimes life is a little sort of kind of too stressful. That's the way it is, right? It's the way it is. But I've got to go to work, my darlings. It's that time. And but before I do, I might just go around and dance and sing "Lovely Day, Lovely Day." Go and turn that song. Find that song on YouTube, "Lovely Day," and dance around the house. We need a dance party. I got to tell you something. You guys want to laugh? I grew up a dancer and a singer. And I was one of these that was on TikTok dancing to John Sagata. So is that his name? That be dancing. Hello, dancing. And my videos got taken down. wasn't doing anything and I remained clothed, but I don't know what happened. So, that'll give you something funny to laugh about. My darlings, I love you. You are all so wonderful. Thank you so much. Next live, I'm working on calling all beings to come on very, very soon. We all need a dance party, don't we, Jerry? We just need to dance. I'm going to have Calling All Beings, our beautiful DJ and Boston Bea on together. I love them. I got to tell you something. I may have another link. Dorian Vex, they may be needing to get another channel, but Dorian is the man of my dreams. Now, the new channel is House of Vex. I'll let you all know it. I don't know if they're going to we didn't do anything. Nothing is bad. I don't know what happened, but I don't know if it's a glitch with YouTube. I don't know. But I will let everyone know that there is a new channel. Come on over. And we're just kind of like letting it settle. I'm wondering sometimes if my stories are too much. I don't know. But some things. But oh yes, it is going from Dorian Vex now to the House of Vex. And he's just as handsome. And the videos are just as good, and they're going to get better. I just know they are. And a lot of things are happening. And by the way, on the Moon Mist channel, there's a few little relationship things that are going to be happening on that one. And if you like relationship tea, well, that's where you want to be. So that one, and then there's Conjuring the Unseen, which I'm also contributing some stories on that one too, because I don't have time for this. So I'm a contributor. Some of the stories are true. Some of the stories are, Hollywoodized, but they're a lot of fun if you like that sort of thing. And so when it comes down to it, probably by next Saturday or next Thursday, I don't know. So as soon as everything gets up, yes, Conjuring the Unseen is the channel. It sure is. Scary stories, all kinds of things on there. Absolutely. Haunted houses, EVPs, things that chase you, things that go bump in the night, seeing entities standing at the end of your bed, that kind of thing. And again, I don't have time for it, but I'm a contributor on those channels. I'm just going to disclose that. And because I got 1.5 million stories, might as well tell them, right? So my darlings, I want to thank you, each and every one. Watch the community tabs, Conjuring, yes, hello, and Conjuring All Beings and Calling All Beings with DJ and Boston Bea probably will be next. And I know Attorney Melanie is traveling right now. And so I've got to get together with her to get a time, place where she can come on the channel, and we're going to talk about Annabelle and some things that she has seen, done, heard, experienced. Thank you so much, everyone. Much love to you. I appreciate you. Happy manifesting on your journey. I just want you to know the universe knows your name, okay? So you hang in there. It's all going to be okay. And I'm going to see you very soon. Bye.